Hey guys, excuse me. I'm going to give you a rundown here on Pinterest and how I'm using Pinterest. So, as you can see, this is a really old personal account that I've had forever, and all I did was change it over to a business account. In fact, I think it was Deanna on the Merch Money show the other night was indicating that sometimes personal pages actually take off quicker than business pages. So it's something that you might want to try as well. I really do not do any paid advertisement whatsoever over on Pinterest, but excuse me, I will show you a few strategies that I've been using. So the first one and the easiest one is to look at your stores as if you're a shopper that has found an item you like and you want to pin it to your Pinterest board. And so I'm looking at this methodically. I'm going through every single category and I'm pinning every single one of my pieces of inventory from here as well as from my Etsy store. And then I'm going and creating pins and submitting the pins to Pinterest as well. So let me show you how I'm doing this. Okay, so I'll start with the Etsy store, right? Go to the, what am I thinking of? Get the Chrome extension for Pinterest if you don't have it. Because sometimes what happens is when you go to pin an image, it doesn't have the little, what do you want to call that, icon or whatever, button. So then what can happen is if you're, like, let me just open one. If you're on a page and you want to pin something, then you would just hit this little, I'll show you, and then you can choose from there. But most things should have a save button here, or within Etsy, right here. So what I'm doing right now to keep it really simple is I'm having the VA go through and just simply copy, hit save. Oh wait, no, she doesn't have to copy that. It pushes it over. Okay, so we got that, right? So I'm having her leave the title. And then I think I had her put fast life throttle and then a link. You don't necessarily always need a link because that's the point of Pinterest, right? They're going to click on this picture and go directly to Etsy. But the other thing I like to do is still put my website on there, right? And then what I did was you guys won't have this. This is Tailwind. I'll show you how to use that in an upcoming video. But then you just add it to a board that you've set up for your brand. I set up this board and kept it, all related to extreme motorsports. If you don't have one yet, you would just click here to create your board. And you can add collaborators. I wouldn't suggest adding any because if they put something questionable up, you could be held responsible. I do have collaborators, however, that are friends, family, virtual assistants that are helping me to pin things. But other than that, I used to be in I used to be a collaborator on some boards, and from a lot of reading, I just didn't want to be responsible for any content that got posted there that really wasn't even mine. So anyway, so that's all I do. I go through every single solitary one, save them. And then same thing for Shopify. I would go through every single item and get it over on Pinterest because Pinterest is your long-term strategy of slowly growing roots and being seen year after year and month after month for free, right? So then you can pin from here, I believe. Let's see. Perfect. Okay. So it looks like I can pin from the whole collections page here. Otherwise, you can open these and pin if you want. And same thing, utilize this space, by the way. I mean, the best way to do this really is to optimize this whole area. Like you could put in, what I should be putting in. Let me show you. On on my example, I had created this. It's too long, but take a piece of this. This is a generic product description I created by using all of the strings of keyword phrases that I found that were good for my niche. And so, it might be a good idea to create something like this. And then what you can essentially do is copy and paste it. And then every time I go to pin something, I can just paste, 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 paste. The other thing too is that I like to do. Let me see. Is you could have this all written out, right? So it's already going to push the title over. Where did that go? So I'm gonna copy. So then I just make a little note page, right? And if I'm working on it, fine. If the VA is working on it, fine. Just copy this. And then every time we go through to pin something, you can just paste that. Just hit pin. And you can see it's way too long. I can't remember the number of characters, but it's only getting through like half of this, right? So I need to adjust it, and then just save it. I made a couple of different crazy boards here, but you just need set up one board, and that's it. Now it's on Pinterest forever. Now, the really important thing is, though, to actually create ads and submit them to Pinterest on top of just sharing out all of your products. So once I get through sharing all of these, we need to actually go in and make pins, right? So here's what I did. Created a template. Let's see if I can find it for you guys. It's not pretty, but I think it works. So you guys can see them over here. What I've done, here's one. Now it looks better. Let me open up that other one so you guys can see it. It looks better if you can remove the background from your mock-up if you want to add it onto like this one, right? I'll show you how I did both of these. Okay, so what you want to do is create these pins. So it's an image, right, with my mock-up. So what we're doing is we're going through every single product in my store. And I've set this template up and this template up. Oh, that one's Instagram. This one's Pinterest. What you can do in here is when you hit new design, it will ask you, what do you want to make? You want to make a, Pinterest pin? And here we go, Pinterest post. So I just started with that. And then I went over to Burst or Pixabay or wherever, and I looked up backgrounds and I found, I don't know, woods or something, trail. And then you just download whatever cool looking background you might want. I don't know, you could download even a log or a table or I don't know, whatever you think might be interesting. And then let me just show you. Oh, I did this. Create a pin post, right? I'm gonna just grab whatever. Let's grab this. It's a little slow this morning. And what you're going to do, I don't know why that is seriously slow. There we go. Okay, so then what you can do is bring in your background. Lay it down. Increase the size. Okay. And then you want to have a couple of particular things. You want to have your logo. So all that this is a t-shirt file of my logo on a clear background. So I think I probably have it over here already, but I just upload it from my desktop. So there, I'll put that over there, move it around, expand it, whatever. And then you want to have, whatever mock-up you're working with. So maybe I'm working with this guy. Pull, just upload it over here. Whatever photos and files you want to work with. Here we go. Here's some PNG files. If I want to put the actual PNG file over here to mess with. Now, some of these mockups are already blank on the background over on Place It. Like this guy, he was already on a blank background. This guy has the gray background, right? And so you can see on some of my ads, I even just put him right on top of the background. But if you do want to remove the background quickly, you can use this, remove.bg. Now it's only going to work, I think, 50 times before they're going to want you to pay. But all you do is let me see if I can find a mock-up to do it too. It only works on people at this point. Okay, let me see if I can find, here's one. So hopefully I chose a person, a mock-up of a person that all I did was I got it off Place It. Okay, now this one, see how that didn't work so well, right? It's not perfect. So it also doesn't have a person. So let me try a different one. We're good. They're not too bad. It's a little odd because of where the sand is and all that, but it's really not that bad. So then you just download it. It's free. And then that's how you end up with, if you have a mock-up that has a background and you want to remove it quickly, you can do it over there. There are other places you can use that are really super cheap and affordable. Obviously, you could just do it yourself in one of your design, tools. But if you're like me, you're just moving through quickly and have limited design ability, that seems to work for me really well. And then notice the other things that I put in there are just some text, right? And buttons and stuff. So all I do, kind of a couple of things. You want your logo. You want, I should probably make this bigger, right? So that they can see my website. Or that's the other thing you could do. Add text in for your website. But this is the text button. You just hit, that's how I created all of this stuff. Type whatever you want in there, change the color, the font. You can put a background behind what I notice. See with this red, it's hard to see, right? So if you come up to this, you can put the text over a little bit of a background so it's easier to see. Come up with, like your little motto or your slogan, add that. Tell them what you want them to do. Do you want them to click to shop? It's perfect on Pinterest. This one in particular is formatted, you can see it's more squarish for Instagram, but same sort of a thing. You want them to click on the photo. And so prompt them to do that. These little buttons, they're just all in stickers. So, you can write a button or, maybe you want that to be a button. And some of them you can even change their color. Okay, like that one you can't. It's all black. But if I click on this button, see up here? If you click on the button and you can change its color, the option will show up here. And then I can change it to whatever I want. Now, here's what's really cool. So let's say that this is done, right? I'm ready to roll. Now, I can use this over and over and over again for all, if I'm working on Pinterest, I'm probably going to do a whole bunch of these at once. So all you do is this. Take your image, pull it out. Pulling it. Oops, I don't want to add a page. What the heck I'm doing here? Oh, how about I hit it 12 more times? Okay. All you want to do is get a new mock-up in there. Whatever, just pretend this is the mock-up. So I don't have to look forever. And then you'll take your mock-up and add it, right? Now here's the problem. See how now it's on top of everything because it's a template? So what you'll do is come up here to this layer button, right? And move it down, down, down until it's behind everything. Well, I got a little crazy there and made it transparent too, but you get the picture. So the other thing, oh no, I know what I did. I moved it into the I moved it down so far that it was actually, there we go. Okay, that it was actually the bottom level. So just click the layers enough times to get it behind all of your text, and that's it. Now take your mock up, and the other thing I want to show you guys is this. So this is Pinterest and Instagram. Your images can be really, really, really similar. And when I say images, I mean ads, right? So what I'm doing is, if I just created this for Instagram or if I just created this for Pinterest and I want to now put it on the other platform and I don't want to have to recreate the wheel, you just hit the resize button. This is currently in Instagram, so let me make it into a Pinterest post. Apply. And what you'll often have to do is just a few adjustments, but it makes it really is important to have these graphics and images in the correct size for the platform, or they really do look terrible. Oh, so that didn't do so bad, right? So then what I'm going to do is, obviously this mock-up wasn't a good choice because it's a vertical. Try to use as many vertical photos as you can for your mock-ups, would be my suggestion, because I'm finding that they are, for a variety of reasons, looking better on websites, and obviously they play nicely with the way that Pinterest pins are oriented. So hopefully that helps you guys. Oh, I didn't show you how to put it on Pinterest, did I? So then all you're going to do is come over here and create a pin. You are going to take your ad, we're going to pretend that's the ad, and drop it in. Add your title. And personally, what I do is, when I'm doing these mock-ups, I'm just following my my store inventory, right? So like pick a list, go to your product list or come over to your website and start making pins for every single piece of your inventory. And so if I'm working on this one right now, I would do exactly what I told you guys I did before. If this is the hoodie, let's put the title in, because we're creating this pin, right? So we're not gonna, and then I will use, you can do one of two things. You could go down here, grab this, grab your description, right? Put that in, or you could take the route like I did, with this, kind of pre-written thing. That's not a t-shirt, obviously, but you get the picture. Optimize this as best you can, put in, even though this will go directly to your website, I still like to put that in there. And then you want the actual address. So I needed to, if this is what I'm working on, I need to copy and paste. I need to choose a board. It's going to go here, select, and that's it. You hit save. And then, with your nice ad that, we've pieced together, you just use your ad image here and then hit save, and that's it. And again, you can publish it immediately or publish it at a later date. As of right now, if I'm creating them in Pinterest like this, I'm just publishing them immediately. But in a future video, I'm going to show you guys how to start using Tailwind. And Tailwind recently added the Instagram piece. And that's why I'm now kind of attacking Pinterest and Instagram in one motion, because a lot of what you do on one can be used with the other. And because Tailwind allows you to set up your posts for both of them, it kind of makes sense to attack it all together. So hopefully that helps you guys. And, obviously there are tons of other things you could be doing on Pinterest, but this at least will help you get started and get your products out there. Let me know if you have any questions.